What's we are in the Earlverse. Lois is just chilling right now. Lois had a rough night last night, but she's a survivor, as we all are. Axel was right. Welcome to the jungle, baby. Night Moose in the house. What's going on? Got some OGs in the stream. Gina Babina. First up, ladies first tonight with the mods. I'm sure someone is streaming right now, but you know what? I don't really give a rat's ass. If you like them better, go to their channel. This is a nice, friendly stream. Now, last night I did a late night stream. Don't know how many of those I'll do, to be frank, but it was fun. We had a small but mighty group in there. I think it was like 1:30 in the morning my time. So a lot of you East Coasters were unavailable. Let's just say that. But now, you guys should still be chilling. Oh, I don't think Jordan stepped on my toes, We're longtime soldiers, me and Jordan. We know the deal. Check out Jordan's travel vlog. It's the best in the business. I mean, he got music, he got cutaways. 100%. Not this one, ACDC. Yoga was good. Yoga was tough tonight. The new teacher, and he does a lot of planks early. So it's tough. Planks are tough for me for some reason. And I don't know why, because I'm pretty strong in the upper body, but it just hits an area where I'm not really proficient in. Clayton, you're on, baby. Nam was great. I mean, I got to see a lot of people I hadn't seen in years. Got to meet a lot of people that I'm friends with, but I've never met in person, like the great Mike Fasano, drummer extraordinaire. He was like one of the drummers in Warrant, and is also the drummer in Tiger Army, which is like a rockabilly type band that is big. I'm not sure what that means, Shrunk. Kip Smith in the house. We got two mods. Will we hit the moderator hat trick? Planks are brutal. It's something about how he goes to the planks early. And I struggle. But, that's the whole point of the class. I don't think anyone wants to take an easy yoga class. So, and this is probably an advanced yoga studio. I mean, you got people who go to this studio who are in like Cirque du Soleil, and like the level of athleticism in this studio is pretty intense. Yeah, I mean, they're like a rockabilly, like a rock version of the Stray Cats. And Mike Fasano is the drummer. He's an elite level drummer. Been around the LA scene for decades. So check out Tiger Army if you have not done so already. Yeah, I mean, that's quite a festival now. The festival is not getting a lot of love from people online. It's like, what a shitty lineup now. I mean, when I went, it was kind of a different vibe. I went to Rocklahoma. I did not work out with the Iron Sheik. It was Thursday was the opening night, and then Friday was I think Vince Neil headlined Friday, and then Saturday night someone headlined, and then Sunday night Twisted Sister headlined. They're doing it differently this, well, it's not Rocklahoma, but it's very similar to, where it's just Sebastian Bach Friday night, and then David Lee Roth Saturday night, and then Piercy and DeMartini Sunday night. So, I might go up there. I mean, there are some rock festivals that I'd like to go. Um, I know the Killers are playing somewhere in Arizona, I think, in February at a festival. Weezer's playing a festival. I'm a big Weezer guy. Um, and there's a lot of festivals. Alice Cooper's playing festivals. Um, yeah, there's that, Ryan. A couple festivals in the New York area. So, uh, it's you got to pick your. Of course, it's easier for me that Kiss isn't touring, so that saves me a few bucks. Um, doing my hair while listening. Kip Mod for me, 100%, 100%. I don't anticipate too many trolls in here tonight, but you never know. It is early. Um, I think at least two or three other streamers are doing it right now, which is where the trollers go. So I think we're okay with Kip, excuse me, handling the ones and twos. Yeah, David Lee Roth, when I saw him with Van Halen in, what was it, 2015 at Staples Center, he was like talking the words. So I can't imagine, 12 years later, it's going to be much better. Gene Simmons' band is very good. I believe my friend Brent Fitz is the drummer. At least he was. I don't know what the Gene Simmons band is, the current lineup is, but I believe Brent is going to be drumming. Um, yeah, Roth is, he never really sang this. He was almost doing spoken word. Um, So I bet you were, SC. I bet you were. So it'll be interesting to see how he performs. There's a rumor of it being the Eat 'em and Smile lineup, which would be Steve Vai on guitar, Billy Sheen on bass, and the Prince of Pound on drums, Greg Bizanet. Of course, Greg's brother Matt was the bass player after Billy Sheehan left. But, and Mark Slaughter, Slaughter's always a good time. Um, Ace Frehley's hit or miss, to be honest with you. He is, it depends on his sobriety, if you know what I'm saying. Um, oh, yeah, it's hard to beat Roth, Van Halen in his prime. It's pretty hard to beat that. Paul Stanley and Kiss's prime in the mid 70s is up there. Ozzy in the early 80s, mid 80s. Dio, same time frame. Oh, shoot, Yoga knocked me out. Yeah, David Lee Roth is great. He knows how to work the room. Billy Idol's up there, in terms of someone who can work the room. What did he go back to jail for? I saw a video, but I wasn't quite picking up what he was throwing down. It sounds like he's gotten his life back together. So, yeah, Van Halen, really. I liked him with Gary Sharon, but most people did not. What up, Connie Ling Gus? Um, you know, Gary Sharon, just, not his fault. Just probably wasn't the right fit, but he's a great frontman in his own right. Um, yeah, Ted Nugent is, he is for that state fair crowd is a good frontman. I mean, Robert Plant. I mean, we could go. I mean, Brandon Flowers of the Killers is an amazing frontman. He just has it. And I don't know, to be honest with you, what is it, but Brandon Flowers has it. Yeah, I mean, Charles Gary Sharon. I don't know. It just didn't work. Um, you know, I don't know why. I mean, Hagar, you might say, was more successful than the Roth albums in terms of the actual sales, but you know, yeah, I don't know if that would have worked. I mean, I don't think anyone would have worked, to be honest with you. I mean, I think the Van Halen brothers were over the wacky lead singer disease of Roth and Hagar. Although Hagar seems pretty level-headed to me. I don't. I think Hagar was like, "Hey, man, I want to contribute my shit too." And I think the Van Halen brothers were more or less just saying, "Shut the fuck up and sing the songs we write," which is always a problem. I mean, that's why Dave Koenig, um, from the Killers, he left the band he founded because he was like, "Hey, I want my shit to get in there too, not just Brandon's." Um, yeah, I mean, yeah, Nugent and Cat Scratch Fever era. Well, I don't know where they come, but they sure do come. I know they're coming for free. I mean, that's a great song. And Stranglehold. Yeah, Anthony Kiedis is a great frontman. Uh, yeah, Fee Waybill from the Tubes, a great frontman. Um, I mean, I don't think it was ever really talked about with the Cars. I think. I mean, I'm gonna guess that Benjamin Orr probably got sick of thinking, or everyone thinking that Rick Ocasek sang all the songs when Benjamin Orr sang most of their hits. Just What I Needed, Drive, Bye Bye Love. I think did he sing My Best Friend's Girl? I don't know, but I could understand why Benjamin. That would cause friction between Ocasek and Benjamin Orr, but they've I think they buried the hatchet right before Benjamin Orr died, so that's good. Yeah, Udo, balls to the wall. Um, Hello, Connie with the joke there. You better work on that one. Worst frontman, Phil Collins. Heyo. Yeah, but I'm sure it bugged Benjamin Orr that, hey, why don't more people think I'm the singer? I mean, Rick Ocasek sang Magic. And you could definitely tell the fly on the wall was in that video when like Benjamin Orr was just like, Rick Ocasek's front and center, and Benjamin Orr's in like the pool cabana. Um, but that's why when I saw the new Cars with Todd Rundgren singing, he was like the perfect blend of Ocasek and Orr. So yeah, Candio. No, I think Rick Ocasek sang Candio, didn't he? Um, but I mean, Candio's like such a flawless album. I mean, there's really not a bad song on the album. But excuse me for the yawning, baby. Yeah, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, do what you can. Well, I thought Benjamin Orr, okay, so uh, uh, Todd Rundgren was the perfect blend of their voices. Yeah, Caroline Kennedy going hard in the paint. Um, I mean, but I think RFK Jr. is going to get nominated. I mean, he seems to really have the Republicans on his side, and they can afford to have three. They can afford to lose three Republicans. So yeah, I mean, I'm not a big Gigi Allen fan. I'm not into the going doo doo on stage vibe. I thought Tony Lewis from the outfield was a great front man for a little guy. He kind of commanded the stage. Um, I mean, I just love me some outfield. Um, Trying to think who else we hate. I mean, Rob Halford. A great frontman in his own right. I mean, there's so many. I mean, Glenn Campbell, like, what's a great frontman? I mean, he didn't have a band, I guess, but like, there was something about Glenn Campbell where you're like, I'm gonna listen to this guy. I love me some Rhinestone Cowboy. I've been walking these streets so long. I'm singing the same old song. I know every crack in these dirty sidewalks of Broadway, where hustle's the name of the game, and nice guys get washed away like the snow and the rain. I mean, that's a bop. Um, yeah, I mean, Rick Springfield. I mean, he didn't really have a band, so I don't. I mean, he had a, like in Jesse's Girl, but yeah, Bon Scott. I mean, I like Brian Johnson too. Axl Rose, for as crazy as he is. Um, yeah, I mean, he's in for a rough nomination process. Um, I mean, to cheat on a woman 37 times in the same year, that's impressive. Um, yeah, Jeff Tate, great voice. I mean, the singer from Jackal's a great frontman. Jesse Dupree, Brad Delp from Boston. I mean, we could go on and on and on. Klaus Meine from the Scorpions, great frontman. Um, so, well, I mean, I think it'll be fun when the Democratic senators start in on him, and we'll see what happens then. Best buy in the song ever. I want you more than I need you and need you. Best buy in the song. What? Best line in the song? I tell you the lyrics I love the best. I mean, the lyrics that really fucking hit home for me is Martin Briley. He did a breakup song um, that called "Salt in My Tears," and I think this is the best couple lines together in a song. I mean, just think we've all had a bad breakup. Think about how you felt about your ex, and then hear this song. Feeling neglected, used, and rejected. You need a shoulder to lean upon. Maybe you picked 'em, found your next victim. Don't worry, someone will come along. I mean, that hits the fucking tone of any guy's perspective on a breakup. Um, yeah, I mean, Cash Patel, that's going to be another interesting nominating process. Yeah, I love Winger. I mean, Winger is um, whew, was a great band from an individual musicianship level. I mean, Red Beach is as good as any guitar player from that era. Kip Winger's a great bass player. Paul Taylor on keyboards is very good. And Rod Morgan seems like a jazz fusion drummer, so he could really fucking play. If you lose me, you lose a good thing. Yeah, Winger's very underrated, no doubt about that. Um, I did not see Dr. Phil doing that. I heard about it. I didn't see it. But yeah, I mean, when you put those musical talents together, I think Winger's problem was they were just too good looking, like especially Kip Winger. Literally, I've never seen a guy ripped up so much for being like a playgirl looking type singer. But what? What's the guy gonna do? He's good looking. Like, you know. Who's your favorite Backstreet Boy? I like that tall guy, Kevin. I don't know why, because he looked the oldest out of them. But I love "As Long as You Love Me." That's a good song. I don't care who you are or what you do, as long as you love me. And then the little acoustic guitar, do 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 do. I mean that. It's tell you, I saw them in Chicago about 2000, maybe 2001, and it's one of the best concerts I've ever seen. I mean, killer choreography, great backing band. I mean, they were good. I mean, who knows? Probably 50-50. Uh, yeah, I mean, there's some great breakup ballad lines. Even in some of the sappier, like Desmond Child lyrics, that he wrote for Rat, "Giving Yourself Away." That's a good song. You know I'm running through your blood, need me like a drug. You can't live without me. Hey, you're giving yourself away. It's there in every move you make. You can't hide your heartache away. Hit the like and subscribe button. Or the outfield, "Since You've Been Gone." That's another good breakup song. I mean, we could go on all night talking about good breakup songs. But hey, we got 16 people in here, 16 likes. I like the way that looks. And let's just blow out the subscribe button. Love Bites is a good song. I don't want to hurt you too much, baby. Because making love to you can drive me crazy. I mean, so many good ballad songs. Um, I mean, man, it's hard to think of them right now, but yeah, I love me some ballads. I mean, Kip Winger is an attractive man, even in his older age. He's got to be. I would guess he's maybe a year or two older than me. And who's gonna bottom tonight, huh? We don't do that kind of talk in here, Dylan. We don't do that potty talk. Yeah, I might have to have an energy drink, man. I'm hurting right now, to be honest with you. You ever listen to Tom Waits? He has the best ballads early in his career. I haven't, but hold on. I'm gonna get an energy drink. I feel I'm letting you guys down. Oxy shred, baby. I don't like to half-ass it through a strain, but that yoga really killed me, to be honest with you. Um, yeah, I mean, best breakup song. I mean, I still think it's Martin Briley's "Salt in My Tears." Another good line from that song. I saw you laugh when the knife was twisted. It still hurts, but the pain has shifted. I mean, that's just like, a bad breakup always hurts. Even when you moved on and you started dating someone else. I mean, Winger was my first metal show. My first concert was Springsteen, but my first metal show was Kiss, Slaughter, and Winger at Long Beach Arena, Hot in the Shade tour for Kiss. And it was really a awesome show. I mean, just right at the end of the butt rock era, but still pumping. I mean, Slaughter wasn't that glammy, and Winger they were just attractive. Um, and Kiss was in there. I mean, I don't know what they were in that. Hot in the Shade was an album that was really just all demos. Yeah, I mean, Beavis and Butthead didn't help, but that era was coming to an end with or without Beavis and Butthead. Who's the least attractive band? I mean, of the bands that made it, I would say probably Tesla. I mean, Tesla as a band was a very good band, but they weren't great looking. I'm trying to think. Brittany Fox wasn't exactly the best looking guys in the world. I mean, Michael Kelly Smith, who was the uh, one of the founding members of Cinderella, he was basically kicked out of the band by the record company. They were like, "Hey, we'll sign you to a deal, but you got to get rid of the guitar player. He's ugly." I mean, that's the mindset of the business back then. Um, so Megan Fox is pretty hot, yes, but she was not in an '80s metal band. Other bands who maybe weren't the most attractive. I mean, Crocus. They were not good looking, but they were a good band. I mean, AC/DC wasn't exactly good looking guys, but it didn't really hurt them. Um, I mean, Kiss in certain eras, Kiss from, uh, I think Kiss was a little lost in the Asylum era where they all looked like fucking B. Arthur. I mean, that's half the reason Poison made it. They were so good looking. If Poison were ugly, I don't think they have a hit. I mean, it was all about getting on MTV. Yeah, I mean, Eric Carr wasn't bad looking. I mean, Gene's a good looking guy. I mean, the hair's a little wonky, but, he's got that kind of, like, Middle Eastern businessman look. Paul's, an attractive man, I guess. And Vinnie Vincent was kind of odd looking. Bruce Kulick was, probably the worst looking of the bunch. Eric Carr was a good looking guy, but he was short. But I miss the hair bands so much. I mean, hair bands, it's like Vietnam. You were either there or you weren't. And it's hard to explain to younger people. What up, Tom fucking Myers? Paul always seemed gay. Well, that's because he got so much pussy, he got tired of it. What up, Tom? Um, yeah, I mean, I've not heard that one, Kip. Yeah, Piercy and Warren going on Eddie Trunk's show tomorrow. I mean, Warren is, like I said, and I've said this before, I should really host my own rock show. What up, Dr. Chow? We got Dr. Chow and Tom Myers in here. We got some Dabbleverse All Stars in here. But Warren don't need the money. His wife is in the Mars Candy fortune, so it's just one of those things that he's not going to play a backyard barbecue where Piercy would. Piercy would play my condo if I offered him the money. Whereas, Warren's wife is probably worth a few $100 million. So he's not going to play the Boogaloo Shrimp Ale House. Piercy would. But, I think M3 is a pretty big festival. They're headlining Sunday night. I might go to that, to be honest with you. Um, Maybe I can finally meet William Zoom. I think it's in Maryland, right? I've been to Rocklahoma the first year. Because me and my friend Chris Ramirez, we knew going the first year would be the best year. And then with each year, the bands would think they're popular again and they'd want more money. And that's exactly what happened. The Rocklahoma the first year was the greatest fucking heavy metal extravaganza. And, these bands were happy to be in front of a crowd. And then with each year, they wanted more money and more demands, and it went downhill. I will. I mean, I believe M3 is in. I don't have my iPad with me, but that would be funny if we had a meetup. What would be it? Earlcon. No, I'm just kidding. I'm way too lazy to put something like that up. Oh, it is in Maryland. Okay, maybe. I could get us. I can't get 10 VIPs, but I could get a few tickets courtesy of Mr. Piercy. I'd probably go DaddyCon. That would be funny if I got into the festival business. But there'd be no comedy. I just want to go see David Lee Roth, and then, I'm not familiar with the Maryland nightlife. Maybe I could line up a comedy gig. So, um, who knows? Who knows? Well, I'm getting a text from a number I don't recognize. That's always dangerous, so I'm just going to ignore it. Uh, Let me see. Oh, do you really, Tom? Yeah, I mean, I love any kind of food. Um, well, I mean, yeah. Oh, thanks, Tom. I mean, I wouldn't go there for gigs. I mean, maybe if I could. I mean, no gig, no place is going to have a gig just Friday night because obviously Saturday and Sunday I'm going to be at the concert. Uh, but um, it'll be interesting. We'll see what happens. Um, I mean, I think Piercy would hook me up, but I don't know. I mean, the comedy would just be a bonus. But Daddy Khan, that would be funny if Daddy Khan became bigger than Hackamania and Kill Kevin. What if I did Kill Earl? Uh, I mean, the fires aren't all out in LA. I mean, I believe the Palisades fire, it's not 100% contained, but it's contained, but it's not like, I don't think the firefighters can pack up and go home yet. I mean, they showed a couple people in the Palisades going back to their homes, and they're still like, it's not a fire, but it's still like smoke is, hot spots and whatnot. So, but I'd go to meet you guys, man. I mean, I don't think unless, man, it'd have. I mean, no comedy club back there is gonna say, yeah, you can go to the concert and just come for the late show. Um, but who knows? Who knows? I will. Maybe I could do comedy in New York and then go to Maryland or something. I don't know. Make a week of it. Um, I'm going to assume all the hotels are going to be booked pretty early on, but you never know. I mean, I think when me and Chris went to Rocklahoma, we stayed at some shithole motel, maybe 20 minutes outside of Oklahoma or Pryor, Oklahoma, 20 minutes outside of Pryor. So my restaurant will be hopping on has the fifth as a high holiday. Oh, sweet. Yeah, I mean, I'm way too lazy to organize a festival based around me. Um, but it would be fun. You have a kissing booth, you have a dick pic booth. Um, I'm sure there are, but I'm going to assume those hotels. Come on now, no fire jokes in here, Connie. Although I did do one the other night at the comedy store because the crowd, someone yelled, "You got any fire jokes?" I'm like, "Yeah, but I can't really. I don't want to do it." And the crowd was like, "Do it, do it." I think people are finally fucking. They want to laugh. I mean, it's overwhelming, out here. And so I thought, hey, I had no idea Great White played in the Palisades last week, and it got a laugh. I mean, I'm not going to lie and say I killed. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't think, Tom, that I look at Baltimore and think it's the fucking wire with Senator Clay Davis running the ship. Shit. He was my favorite character. Um, but I'm open ended. Um, I like going on little road trips, and I'm trying to squeeze in a visit to Nashville sooner than later. Um, but we'll see. I love me some Homicide. Andre Brower, one of my favorite actors. He passed away a few years ago, but how many people died at the Great White concert? I think like a fair amount, maybe close to 100. I think, without looking it up. Um, I mean, and I know some inside baseball. The band made it seem like they were looking for any good publicity, so their guitar player Ty Longley, they made it seem like he went in to save somebody. I have it on pretty good authority. He went in to save his guitar. So, and then he got trapped in there. I mean, brutal. Like it was hard to make fun of shit like that. Just because that one image of all those people stuck in the door and they're all like, they look so desperate and like, they're just dying to get out. And so I bet you are open ended. Nerd locations. What is 100 on the dot? Did you? get me a guitar at the Ham Center. I mean, man, there was. I don't even play the guitar, and there were some pretty dope guitars. I want like the. I didn't get to see the Jackson booth. I think there was literally like 5 to 6 thousand booths. I mean, it was overwhelming. I mean, Ryan Roxy's guitar strap booth. He was booth number 1544. Oh, 100 people died. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, it was brutal. Well, because you didn't, there's that video of it when the fire first started, and the camera's like panning. It's like I don't know who was filming in there, but like the camera's kind of going like this, and you see an old guy like right here, and he's not moving because I think a lot of people thought, oh, it's part of the fucking show, and then I think when they figured out, oh, this ain't part of the show, it was too late because I think they had locked one of the exits for some reason. So, just a horrible. I mean, just like, I can't think of a worse way to die than being burned to death. I think being burned to death in a plane crash, because plane crash, like when the plane's going down, you ain't surviving, unless it like hits the water or whatever, and you are like in the one section of the plane that like withstood the damage. I never tried Bobby Blotzer's rat cheese. He refused to do my podcast. He said, I heard your interview with Piercy, and I made like one joke about Blotzer. I said, Steven, how important was the drummer in Rat, really? I mean, it's all about your voice and DeMartini's guitar and Robin Crosby's like secondary guitar work. So that Juju Korean air crash was disturbing. Which one was that? I mean, there's so many plane crashes. I go on a rabbit hole sometimes on YouTube of, listening to the actual voice recordings. Those are fucking tough, man. I mean, like at least when Sully Sullenberger landed the plane in the fucking Hudson, like you got a chance. Not much of one, but he knew what he was doing. But I'm gonna go with AIDS. Well, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Oh, AIDS is. Oh, I see. I mean, I don't know. I mean, AIDS is tough because but now very few people die of AIDS now. To be honest with you, I mean, it's a disease. It's like with all the medicine advancements. Now, back in the day, I might agree with you because your body just fucking disintegrates. Cancer. My mom died. I mean, she had a lot of cancer, but yeah, I guess technically what killed her was brain cancer, and it wasn't a pretty ending for sure. Um, See, I don't. I used to do that, Queen. I used to watch air disasters right before I'd get on a plane. Um, oh, okay, I get that, Tom. Yeah. Change the subject. No, I mean, listen, this is a free flowing discussion, Moses. We're, I think we started talking about the Great White Fire, and we got on what's the worst ways to die. Um, Now, someone asked me the other day, like, what would I do if I was on an airplane and I knew it was crashing? And this will be the last thing, Moses, because I've been on probably over 100 flights in my life. Never really had a close call that I know of. And someone said, what would you do if you were on a plane and you knew it was going down? Would you call your brothers and sisters? Would you like call an ex-girlfriend or your current girlfriend or whatever? And I wouldn't do any of that shit. I'd try and fuck as many girls as I could in those 2 minutes. Hello. Oh, we don't do Jeff Ross talking here. That's $100. You know the rules, Moses. Yeah, I mean that's no fun, Connie, for sure. Yeah, coming up next, we talk about the world's best beheading videos. I'm just kidding. Um, Stuttering John. See, I can't really talk about Stuttering John because I only have one experience with him. Um, So yeah, I'm down with the no Jeff Ross stuff. Like I can't deal with that guy. I used to watch Faces to Death videos. So, when you were a kid and, before the internet, that shit was nuts. You get your hands on the, not episode one, but I guess volume one. It's like, man, this is crazy. Where's volume two? Well, you guys can talk about whatever you want to talk about. We're doing stream of consciousness, baby dolls. We talked about Great White, and then we got into the fire, and that's how we got into the death talk. So sorry about that, but this is what I like about the Earlverse. We're not talking about what, the D-verse or Ray DeVito or roast battle or whatever. When will Argus retire? I see Moses. We can talk about Argus. He'll never retire. Argus will do comedy till the day he dies. And that's Argus Hamilton, for those of you not wondering who Moses is talking about. Argus is my neighbor. I'll see him at 3 a.m. today, probably jogging in the streets. Yes, I mean, well, it's not for sure. I mean, but I love going to concerts, and frankly, yes, 100% Kip Smith. Those bands are not going to be around much longer. I mean, I'm 56. Piercy's got to be 7, 8 years older than me, so he's in his 60s. So although his touring schedule is pretty active, and you're not going to see. I mean, David Lee Roth. I'm going to guess this is his last go around. So that could get me to Maryland. And I actually like flying, so I love airports, man. I just love people watching, and hold on, I'm getting some text from the Comedy Store now, so probably nothing. They don't book me on Tuesday nights because it's roast battle night. Talk amongst yourselves. When the Comedy Store calls, I'm like a monkey with a ball on my nose. It is business. I wish I had an assistant, but I don't. Sorry, talk amongst yourselves. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. I'm trying to be professional. I know, Earl actually being professional. Who would have thunk? Well, you know how it is. You are at the mercy and beck and call of the comedy world, and the Comedy Store is they treat me well. I got to be honest with you. So Saturday 12:15, I will be in the main room. Last Saturday, I wanted to. Oh, I was so angry. I hold on. I'm getting a private message. Hold on here. I gotta hold on for 2 seconds, guys. I'm getting a breaking news: a death of another comic. Hold on. Is hello, hello. Here we go. We're back. 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 for more. You turn away, you're back for more. I guess Ken Flores. I don't know him, to be honest with you. So I'm not going to say I don't, I'm around so much death that when I hear a comic dies, I'm sad for like 2 minutes, and then I'm like, hey, it's time to eat. Um, I've often wondered if I died, what I think most people would be sad. I think they would do a memorial service at the Comedy Store. Yeah, I'd get the Brody treatment. But then, some people in LA comedy don't get the Brody treatment. People are sad for like a day and then they just move on. When Neil Nanda died, Neil was a very popular younger comic, had been on late night TV a few times. He was like an alternative comic. People were sad for like a day or two, and then I didn't hear a word about it. Brody's really the only one who 5 years later is still talked about. So, oh, well, I mean, I don't want to go on this page right now, but let me go on, was it Ken Flores 30? And I mean, maybe I did know him. I don't know. I mean, that's, I can't say who told me, but let's see here. Ken Flores 300. Jesus Christ. Damn, he had a lot of followers. I mean, he seems pretty heavy. I mean, yeah, he's a pretty big boy. I mean, I'd guess he's around 300 pounds. Yeah, I mean, you just can't be that big, man. I mean, I'm looking at his Instagram, like, I mean, he doesn't seem that tall, and he seems to be about 300 pounds. So, I mean, rest in peace, I guess. It's one of those things where you're just like, I guess comic Ken Flores passed away. I do have a good jawline, to be honest with you, and pretty good skin for 56. Yeah, I mean, I don't know the circumstances, but I mean, he looked like a working comic. I'd never heard of him. That's the crazy thing is like, how many followers did he have? And Tom will vouch for me for this. I mean, he had, here's a guy, 317,000 followers. I've never heard of this fucking guy. I mean, his booking agent was CAA.com. I mean, his manager, Arson House, so I don't know much about them, but yeah, that's I hope it's wrong information, but my sources are pretty airtight when it comes to shit like that. So I will report back if they were misinformed. I'm hearing. I mean, they said fentanyl, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm not on drugs. Peter Chicken Man Brennan in the house, the only person in the Dabbleverse, or you're not really in the Dabbleverse. Who who can type in all caps. No, Bert Kreischer didn't die. Don't say that stuff, Moses. We don't want to put out wrong intel. So, I'll get back to you if I hear, do I eat mustard greens? Not really. Yes. Oh, so far we talked about the worst ways to die. We talked about the band Great White. We talked about concerts. We talked about the best lines in breakup songs. And then a comic died and the stream froze. The first 20 minutes of the stream were not very good because I was incredibly tired from yoga. But thanks to Oxy Shred, I'm picking up the business, baby. So hold on while we're on there. I've got a vast network of people I talk to. Let me reach out to a source. Um, Let me see here. I've got. It's one of the great things. I like to get my fans breaking news. Uh, yeah, but don't say someone died. Did I miss the talk of Felicia? I don't know what that talk was. I mean, we don't really do Dabbleverse stuff. Uh, you know, so I don't. We have not talked about Felicia in here, but me and Felicia are cool. Tom Meyer. Oh yeah. Oh, you guys are. Yeah, yeah. I mean, ACDC. He goes hard in the paint, Tom. Okay, I'm getting a report from a source. Uh, um, I'm trying to, breaking news. Now I know how the newscasters feel. Hold on. So, well, hopefully it's just a rumor, and who knows in LA. I mean, there was a rumor once that I died. Did they close Turner Liquors? Ah! Yeah, Peter Chicken Man Brennan with a local yokel reference there. There's two Turner's Liquors, baby. Which one are you talking about? Um, you know, Texting the fact checker. Yeah, I like to, I keep it real with you guys. Uh, I'm trying to. All right, let me my threat. Hold on here. I can't read in the fucking dark. Hello. See, Tom Myers gets it. You can, uh, you can make fun of yourself. The Duke. Uh, we don't do Dabbleverse in here, Duke. You're gonna have to go to Ray DeVito's stream. I Mary Kill Shuley, Stuttering John Bob Levy. Oh Jesus. Has TMC Sumac reported anything? See, Chicken Man comes in with a Dabbleverse reference. Um, did you buy any straps at NAM? Well, no, but Ryan Roxy sold a strap to help pay for the parking. I had to bribe a guy $50 to park at NAM. Um, so I mean, parking at NAM was out of control. Like, I'm good at sneaking in. I mean, if you're familiar with Catella Avenue, I had to park on Harbor, which is like deep. I felt like I was gonna die. Hello. Um, so Ryan sold one of his 77 signature guitar straps. Um, yeah, we don't do Dabbleverse talk, and we don't Jeff Ross talk. We do, but it's got to be for $100. Um, and Jesus, yeah, we don't do the Jesus talk in here. I mean, I'm not very religious. Born Jewish, raised Catholic, but I don't like to put my religious views on any of you. Um, so how about Judas Priest still rocking out Halford in the 70s? Yeah, I mean, I love Judas Priest. I mean, it's not really Judas Priest to me anymore without KK and Glenn Tipton. And, even though Dave Holland was an alleged pedophile, he was a good drummer. Hello! I don't know, who is it? Andy Steed and Richie Faulkner on guitar now. Ian Hill on bass, and the longtime Scott Travis on drums from Racer X. Um, Jawline like me. I have a jawline like Conor McGregor or Chuck Liddell. I mean, I'll take that. Bert Perkins, yeah, Bert Perkins don't fuck around. After a $300 super chat stream a couple weeks ago, we're good. I'm getting some detective work. Maybe we'll go for about 10 more minutes, and hopefully we can get an answer. Um, are you pals with Cake Music? I don't know who that is. Um, no, I guess I would not be pals with him. Fred Gwynn jawline. I mean, that's kind of an insult, but a compliment at the same time. I mean, he had a strong jawline. Trust me on that one. And my head is as hard as a rock, man. I mean, I think it's impossible for me to get a concussion. I remember one time we were playing tackle football in grade school on the concrete, and it took like six guys to tackle me. And one guy jumped on me, and I fell back, and my head snapped and hit the concrete. I was fine, man. Car 54, where are you? One Adam 12, one Adam 12. Um, okay, I mean, I've heard of Cake, but I'm not very familiar, to be honest with you, with their discography. I mean, The Darkness put out a new song this week. I liked it. They're pumping out new material. It's a weird song because he sings in a low register, which if you're familiar with The Darkness, he they kind of do like a Freddie Mercury vibe. So he's always singing in a high register. Um, I'm a big fan of The Darkness. My favorite Darkness song. All right, I guess he did die. I'm getting some another person, completely different. Well, a lot of people are poor man Chappelle. I mean, what's your vector, Victor? What is this? Airplane? Um, um, great, great movie, Airplane. And you really, Airplane 2 is a great movie if there was no airplane. The gags just kind of fell flat. So the second time around. Um, yeah, Justin Hawkins does have a fun podcast, and he's funny in concert. I told you about the time he stuck some guy in the front row's phone up his ass, and then made the guy get up on stage and record the next song. But then he did give out his. Ken Flores died. I guess he's a Hispanic comic. I'd never heard of him. That's not me like trying to roast him or whatever, but I never heard of him. Yeah, I love Justin Hawkins. He's so funny. I mean, I wish the original drummer was with him, but I guess he has like some weird spine disease or some weird disease where he had to quit playing. So I believe it's the drummer from Queen's son, Roger Taylor's son. So it's no drop off in drumming. And then they're back to the original bass player, the guy with the curly hair and the suits. So I'm a big Darkness fan. See The Darkness if you can. They are very good. And well, I feel bad because it's like Jesus, the guy had 317,000 um, uh, followers. You'd think I would have known him, but I'm in the Comedy Store bubble, which I don't mind. I'm lucky to be in there. I don't do. People are asking me a lot about Felicia today. Did something happen? We don't talk about the Dabbleverse in here, but did something happen or something with her? Um, and we don't do links. We don't do links in here. Why don't stream snipe people? I don't fucking interview people. This is what makes my stream different and hopefully funner for you guys. Is we talk. I interview you guys. You guys interview me. I answer every question, and I've hit the goal of doing an hour stream for no money. So I win, bitch. Oh, okay. Earl, send yourself the link. Okay. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. How many people would do an hour stream for no money, honey? Um, I like her. Well, I like you too, Grasshopper. Oh, she was talking about me on her stream. I mean, she reached out to me, I don't know, about 2 weeks ago saying she might be in LA, but I told her, probably not the best time to come visit and go to the beach because well, thank you, Connie. Spread the word if you can. Yeah, that's like Jeff Ross told me with roast battle. It's not about the money, Earl. It's about the hang. Well, he was right about my stream. I don't think she wants me. I mean, I don't really want to get involved in some weird Dabbleverse relationship. I don't know if I don't like. I mean, I guess I would say Pat's a friend of mine. I mean, I guess. But I don't want to be a rebound or I'm at the point now where I don't want to be someone's rebound. But she's cool. Well, I mean, listen, would I impress anyone in an NBA locker room? I probably wouldn't. But in a Asian pole vaulting locker room, I'd be King Dingaling. Ken did something burning with Felipe, and one of the clips went viral. The Dabbleverse is good for grifting. I mean, listen, they make a ton of money. I mean, I think Chad's show today had like 500 people in it. Kevin's show had about 800 people in it. So, I mean, but I'm not, my primary goal doing a stream like this is I just want more subscribers. I'd rather have more subscribers than money. Sure, I would love to make some money on this, but like my primary goal is to build my following. I mean, I'm 56. With each day, my chances of making it get less and less. So I'd rather have 5,000 followers than $5,000. But would I turn away the money? No. I am writing. I mean, well, let me see. I wrote, I think, a few new jokes today, and some of them ain't home runs. I'm the type of guy who goes to Red Lobster and orders a burger. Hello, it's a quick, silly joke. And then, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. Tell that to the girl who just did the 1,057 guy gangbang in 12 hours. That was a hell of a step. Boing! It's just stupid jokes, no one's going to ever confuse me with George Carlin. Yeah, I mean, I get steady work in LA, so that's why I don't do the road a lot, I would love to, go to New York more and play the Stand. And the Stand, I have an open invite at the Stand, but, I don't want to, I gotta make sure it's financially worth my while. And I don't mean that in like, I'm not a name, but I'm not completely unknown either. So you're kind of stuck in that, Tom knows you're stuck in that middle payment structure. What joke? Yeah, I mean, listen, you guys saw my checks from the Comedy Store alone. $2,000 for 4 shows. I'm not trying to impress anyone in the chat with that, but, I get DMs constantly from people going, dude, how can you do 2-hour streams for like $4? I'm like, well, because I make enough money at the Comedy Store and my voiceover work, I'm not hurting for money. Am I Russell Peters or Matt Rife? No. But I get it though. But I think the problem with the streams that, are reliant on super chats and the stickers and the memberships, is you become a cuck to the listeners. And obviously I would love more people in here. I'm not going to lie and say I wouldn't, or make a few bucks, but I'm not reliant on this stream for money. So I can do a 65-minute stream and have fun and hopefully pick up a few subscribers, and I consider it a win. Yeah, I mean, but I'm not trying to impress you, Tom, or anyone else, but And I showed the, Kevin's always show me the money, show me the money. I showed my two checks. They're for, $1,000 each for 4 shows. It's fucking great. I have a 12, 15 spot. I get 4 main room spots a month and usually maybe 2 OR spots. And that's, I'd rather do that than fly to the Comedy Zone in Jacksonville and make 2 grand headlining. Like, but plus all the fucking air travel and the cabs and the morning radio. Fuck that. But a lot of people love the road. I'm sure me and Tom and other people in here know road comics who love just they can break even. That like Ray. Ray loves going from driving from Ohio to New York to host a show at the Stand. That's insane to me. And we're not talking about the Dabbleverse, but I'm just saying Ray loves doing that shit. I don't. Um, so yeah, hit the like button, please. Hey Earl, let me hold $1. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't know if I can do that. No, but I mean, I say that, and I don't want to talk about Dabbleverse shit, but I use Ray as an example of, I don't think this is Dabbleverse related, so we can talk about it. I know a lot of comics like Ray who love doing the road. They go and get some pussy, some road pussy, and long drives, tribble runs, or I mean, the first guy. I think I told this story before, but since there are some cigarette jokes, I do have one joke about RFK, and we are related. He's my first cousin. I said, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. says that his voice sounds like that from eating too much pussy. Ladies, notice how my voice doesn't sound anything like that. Hello. Um, but the first guy I ever did the road with was Roger Peltz. If you look, I get that joke, ACDC. If you look at that, if you look up Roger Peltz's name, he was like one of those 70s celebrities who like was on like Hollywood Squares and like Match Game. And, he's kind of like a white Nipsey Russell. Like he's famous, but you didn't really know why. And I learned a lot from him, man. We only worked one weekend together. We did the infamous Elko and Winnemucca, Nevada gig. So the first night, I think it's like a Holiday Inn. You're literally, the stage is in the lobby. And I was pretty new to comedy, so I was by no means killing. I was surviving. And then the next night, oh, thank you, Mike America. Thank you very much. Um, the next night, we did Winnemucca Casino, and the stage was on the other end of the dance floor, and the seats were on the opposite end of the dance floor. So you're literally, the crowd is like, you know, 25 yards away from you. And he loved it, man. And he was funny, man. He did an hour, no problem. You got the feeling he could have done 3 hours. And I remember asking him for advice, and I think he said something like, work hard so you don't end up like me. I just do the road for the money and the pussy, and not in that order. And then I think he passed away a few years ago. But I remember him. I was just like, even the first night on Friday night, I was like, man, this guy should be more well known. But some guys just, they don't move to L.A. or New York. They just love doing triple runs and shit kicker gigs. And I'll guess that I think I got paid like 200 a gig. He probably made 1,500 for both shows, if that, maybe 1,000, because I know what triple pays. So for $1,000 and probably some disgusting winners casino pussy, he was happy. Um, so Topeka, I've never played Topeka before. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you really on those tribble runs, which I'm assuming I don't. That was not a tribble run gig, but it's very tribble run like. The MCs are usually horrible. They're local yokels. Um, and then the feature act. On treble runs. I mean, the one treble run I did. It was the first night was in Medford, Oregon, and then you do the Montana, Idaho, Iowa run, and he's like, so I got a straight shot to Oregon. That's like a 12-hour drive, and then uh, Trimble calls me up like the day before. Hey, can you pick up the headliner? I'm like, what? Like this guy's a big headliner. He needs a feature act to pick him up. Yeah, where's the headliner live? Utah. Like what the fuck? So okay. I mean, I'm trying to think. I think when I did I mean, dude, this is 20 years ago, maybe 22, 23 years ago. I think it might have been a Pat Wilson gig, which was like Tribble's main competition. But I always remember Roger Peltz. Um, yeah, I mean, I would come there if once again if the gig was worth me coming. No, this is the real deal, Tom Myers. So we're just talking. Me and Tom are just talking amongst ourselves now. Some old school road work. Um, but that's why I don't. That's why I'm like I'm a Comedy Store guy, and most people are like, yeah, but that's the only club you play, bro. And like I'm fine with that. You think I want to do those drives? I mean, I think I don't know where you were living at the time, Tom, but I'm in Hollywood, so got the Hollywood to and Winnemucca and Elko. They're deep. It's not like you're just driving to Vegas. They are deep into Nevada. And yeah, yeah. You guys shut up. Me and Tom are talking. Hello. Oh shit. Well, happy birthday to Tom Myers. How did your set at the store the other night go, bro? I mean, I see. I'm an honest Earl. I went on my 12:15 spot was a fucking 1-8. I went on at 105. So I was a little pissed. I mean, I did as good as I could have, and I was disappointed because I had my friend Ryan Roxy in the crowd from Alice Cooper, and you always want to do well when you have a celebrity friend in the crowd. But I did good. I mean, Ryan seemed to like the show, which is all that matters to me, I suppose. So it was good. It's just everyone runs the fucking light. We had Dion Cole came in, and I love Dion Cole, so he's a big deal. So like that kind of set the show back, and I think there was another comic that came in as well. So I wish I would have gone on closer to 12:15, but yes, everyone say happy birthday. Who wouldn't like your show, Earl? Well, I mean, I'm not for everyone. I'm dry and sarcastic. And if you saw me on Chappelle Lacey and Joel Jimenez's podcast, Lesser Known Characters, we kind of got into talking about the late night spot that I do. And Chappelle and Joel were like, dude, you're bomb proof in that spot. But, at 1 a.m., they're fucking tired, man. And it really all depends, as Tom will vouch for me. Not Tom Cassidy, Tom Myers. But I would love to have Tom Cassidy in the chat. A lot depends on the comic who is before you. Are they bombing? Are they doing well? Are they killing? And so that factors into how well you're going to do. And it also, the biggest thing is the intro they give you. Because if they get, I had not this Saturday, but a couple Saturdays ago, the comic, he knew I was next because he asked me before he went on, hey, what do you want me to say about you? And he was not doing well. He was not bombing, but he wasn't doing well. And so he tried to like roast me at the end when he was bringing me up by going, hey, Danny's the sound guy at the store. Who's next? Oh yeah, give it up for Earl. He like give me a shitty intro because he had not done well, and a couple people walked out because of that, just on that intro alone. Whereas like Whitney Cummings, I got bumped by her once, but she said, stick around, I'm going to give you a great intro. And she gave me an awesome intro. This guy's a mentor. He's a legend up here. And not one person walked on me because Whitney had set the expectation of, hey, this guy's a friend of mine. He's good. Watch him. Well, I get when you're bombing, like, um, you're not really thinking of setting up the next comic for laughs because you couldn't even set yourself up for laughs. But I've never given a comic a bad intro. Even when I haven't had the greatest set, I pump up the room. At least I try to. But you should have kicked his damn ass. Nah, you can't do that shit at the Comedy Store. Has Leslie? I've not seen Leslie lately up there. So I've kind of given up on trying to make it right with her. I have earned it. I don't know if I'd say I'm a legend, but like I have earned it. I've definitely worked. I've put in the effort. Um, I've given up with Leslie. It's like, hey, if you have a problem with me, hon, the problem's on you because everyone in LA likes me. Even Jeff. I wouldn't say Jeff likes me, but even he's never said anything bad about me because he knows he can't. What are you gonna do? Uh, you, Method Man, Red Man, Chappelle, and How High number two, huh? Who taught you English, Shaq? Uh, I mean, but that's kind of funny. I mean, it's a little like somewhat roasting you, but it's not an insult. I would say the worst intro I've ever gotten was in Doylestown, Pennsylvania, when I was with Lois's mom, and we were doing Pogo's Comedy Cabaret. I don't know if you've ever done that room, Tom, and you know, I'm trying to think. So the host, and he was very green. I could tell he was 1 year into comedy. You could just tell. And he said, "Do you have any credits?" I'm like, "Yeah, just say Earl Skakel Comedy Store." And he called me like Ernie Skankler. Ernie. And I don't think he did it to be a dick, but he's just new and probably just forgot. And it's like, fuck it. Jeff doesn't wish you any specific harm. I mean, I don't think he does, but I think Jeff's head is in the clouds so much. I mean, he's literally asked mutual friends of mine and him, "Hey, can you ask Earl why he hates me?" And he knows. He's just trying to be the victim. Like Earl's the mean one. I don't think so. Um, and then outside of that, I've never really gotten a bad intro. I'm pretty respected at the Comedy Store, so like I don't think too many people are going to give me a shitty intro. So I'm lucky in that regard. Has anyone brought you up as Earl Skakel? No, they have not. And a lot of people are like, Earl, what does Earl Ranft mean? I was named after my dad's best friend, Earl Ranft, who unfortunately died in a plane crash. I think my funniest intro was when I was bringing up Jim Gaffigan at the Improv, and he had just played a child molester on Law and Order. And I said, "Hey, can I say that?" And he just looks at me and goes, "No." But probably the funniest intro I ever gave was at the Improv. And I don't play the Improv a lot, but was when I brought up Ray Romano. And I was like, "Hey, everyone, we got a celebrity guest. You're not going to like him. You're going to love him because everyone loves Raymond." And he looked at me like, "Oh, dude, get the fuck out of my face." I mean, I love Law and Order. I'm a big Dick Wolf guy. Dick Wolf. I don't know if he got a start on Miami Vice, but Dick Wolf must be a billionaire. He has had successful TV shows on for 40 fucking years. Um, well, I don't, some of these guys like Ray Romano and Jim Gaffigan, it's like they're ultra famous and ultra rich. Just shut up and bring me up, bitch. And then I brought up Paul Reiser once at the Hermosa Magic Club, and I'm a huge fan of the movie Aliens, so I don't think I brought him up as Paul Reiser. I'm like, this guy fucked over everyone in Aliens. Give it up for Burke. And he just looked at me like, what the fuck? If you ever see Ray, let him know my bro KB says hi and they should go gambling. You talking about Ray Romano or Ray DeVito? Hello. See, I'll bring it back into the dabble world. Hit the like and subscribe button, please. Okay, Ray Mono. Dick Wolf also created Chicago TV series. I love. Oh, by the way, that reminds me, Tom Myers. Tomorrow night is the big one because it's a tie-in. All three shows are related. So you've got Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, and Chicago Med. All I love it when you see like Jason Bahey interacting with the black guy from Chicago Fire, the fire chief. Um, I was in Benchwarmers. Yes, I was. Yes, I was. Paul Reiser shouldn't have done those Viagra commercials. Tell me about it. Uh, Earl also opening for Rat in Maryland is the Barry McCockner band. I don't know if you're joking or I don't know. Yeah, I love those. Who is my favorite comic? I don't really like comics. Did you ever see Yursi ever shower at the store? Yorsi? No, I heard he did. Gina Bobina, Canadian, 279. Sing happy birthday. Sing Tom happy birthday. Put some pizzazz into it. Since you do a lot of free work for me, I will. See your birthday yet, Tom? Andy Dick's a fucking horrible father and a creep, to be honest with you. So I don't really have a lot of thoughts on Andy Dick. You know, he touched my dick once at the Comedy Store when I was watching the Ding Dong Show, and I slugged him. I'm like, dude, I don't give a fuck who you are. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Me. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Tom Myers. Happy birthday to you. And many more on Channel 4 and Channel 9 with Frankenstein. There we go. I mean, not bad for, spur of the moment. So, yeah, I mean, I always, the second the clock strikes 12 on September 17th, it's my fucking birthday. I don't exactly know what hour I was born, but, you know, Earl Monroe, one of the great basketball players of all time, one of the GOATs of New York basketball. Well, Tom, you deserve it, man. You take a lot of shit from the Dabbleverse. So you're always welcome. And I will be doing Tom Myers' podcast on YouTube in the second week of February, I believe. What up, half hawk, half man? But no, I don't believe I've ever seen Yorsi taking a shower at the Comedy Store, but I hear he would do that. I mean, I'll do a stream from the green room on this Saturday. It's a pretty nice shower. I mean, it's small, but you definitely could live back there. So, Earl, do you have any WHA memorabilia? I don't. Well, I have a Bobby Hull autographed picture and puck, but it's from the Chicago Blackhawks. So I don't really have any stuff from the WHA. I would love to have a Will. I'm excited tomorrow, or I guess today. Well, I guess tomorrow for me. Chris Nyland, my buddy. My buddy Chris Nyland. He is interviewing one of my all-time favorite old school NHL players. He wasn't really a fighter, but he was kind of dirty, but a great player. Wilf Paymont for you old schoolers. Ever tried ants with those bottle cap glasses? Hey man, don't be making fun of my glasses. I mean, I'm pretty good. My Wi-Fi is pretty good lately, to be honest with you. So we'll go 5 more minutes, guys. 5 more minutes. An hour and a half stream tonight. Thank you, Gina Babina, for your lovely contribution. That's why I have the coolest moderators in town. How many moderators tip? You know, Gina, Kip, and William, they do this shit for free, baby. And it's not like moderating a stream with 20 to 30 people in it is a glorious job. But I don't have a favorite comic, to be honest with you. Don Rickles, I guess. I don't watch comedy, so I don't have, of the current crop of comics, the Mod Squad with the great Clarence Williams III, who played Bobby Shy in 52 Pickup. So I don't watch like specials. I mean, I guess if you would ask me who's my favorite modern day comic, it'd be Anthony Jeselnik. You know, I just like how he conducts his business. You know, one night Leslie tried to bump him, and he's like literally the only comic who's ever stood up to her and go, "No, she's not bumping me." I like Rob Schneider. I mean, Rob's done a lot for me, to be honest with you. Show me the money, honey. Beside Earl, I say Dice and Nick DiPaolo. Yeah, I'm humbled and honored to be in that group. It's all good, dude. Grasshopper, I don't really care. Like, you know, I don't mind trolls with they just want to get involved. You know, you're like a heckler who just wants to be acknowledged. You know, it's the trolls who come in here and say, I'm not funny, and I have nothing to say to that. Like a good troll will set me up with a line, and then I set them up with a line, and then you know we go at it for a bit. You know, I can't roast anyone because I don't know what you look like. So, I mean, yeah, Don Rickles and Foster Brooks. I mean, Foster Brooks wasn't necessarily a stand-up. He's kind of like the white Nipsey Russell. You know, kind of like I said earlier about Roger Peltz. It's like, you know, I guess you'd say he was an actor. But you look at if you want to see a funny roast set, first of all, watch Earl Skakel and Shane Doan, and then watch Foster Brooks murder Don Rickles in a roast. It's so fucking funny. I don't know who Dave Gardner is. Robert Schimmel was great. My favorite joke of his is he checks into a hotel and he calls downstairs to the concierge and goes, "Hey, where can a guy get fucked around here?" The bellman said, "Try the gift shop." Hello. I'm not visible. Peace out, Jew. See you later. You know, you always know how to end strong. But I heard he wasn't really drunk. I heard that was like shtick. 2 more minutes, guys. So get all your questions and concerns into management before we end it. Northwest Ken. Oh my God, damn. More. We don't talk about what we don't. We're not a preview channel for Ray DeVito's stream. I'm old enough to remember Morgana the Kissing Bandit. She had some big tits, natural too, and she wasn't that fat. So I am a fan. Yeah, I love Bob. I've never really seen his stand up, but like, you know, I've really only seen his streaming, I guess, character, and I've seen him on some of the roasts on Stern. All right, 1 more minute, guys. We've got to 1 more minute. Yes, follow Earl Skakel. You know, I'm very easy to get a hold of. It's just Earl Skakel everywhere. X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Inappropriate Earl is on SoundCloud and Apple Podcast. And yeah, I think Foster Brooks, it was just shtick. Yeah, I've never seen Levy on stage. I've seen him on the Howard Stern roast and stuff. But Pablo Francisco was the funniest in the late 90s. Yeah, I've done shows with Pablo. And he was a cool guy, you know. R.I.P. Danish and O'Neill. You all right, Lois? Lois had a rough day today. She had a little bit of a seizure this morning, so that was kind of scary to watch. Yeah, I don't know what happened about Danish and O'Neill. You know, I don't ask. You know, it's none of my business. I don't get involved in other people's shit. No, Lois is sick, you know, to be honest with you. Yes, that's my dog, Lois. I think she's making her way to the water bowl. But, you know, the dog before Lois, I had Chloe. She had to be put down because of seizures. So, and she had a heart murmur too, but her heart murmur was a lot worse than Lois's. So, thoughts and prayers to Lois. I will be a sad, sad boy when that situation happens, but I try not to talk about it. So, all right, kids, we did a lean and mean hour and a half tonight. I know it's late. Happy birthday, Tom Myers. Follow Tom and Chicken Man Brennan. We got some old school regulars in here. Ryan. Cigarette Jones is new. Thank you. Hit the like and subscribe button on your way out. Thank you, Kip and Gina. And Earl Skakel over and out.